Well, first, I give credit to Pacific. I think we, over the course of the season, were two pretty evenly matched teams. They were at full strength today. We hadn't actually played them with all of their healthy players. We've not really been full strength the entire year, but we kind of have made it work with different pieces of the puzzle. But I thought Pacific came out and they got off to a really good start. They had played that game. It's conference tournament is sometimes hard. It's good to get a bye. You want to finish as high as you can, but it's also sometimes hard to sit. The other team gets to play a game. I thought that helped them obviously in the first quarter. Come out and kind of hit us first. I thought we regrouped a little bit in the second and third quarter. We just couldn't quite get over the hump. I think we cut it to 1. I think if we could have tied it or gotten that lead, that might have given us some momentum to finish a little bit stronger. But overall, what I told the kids in the locker room, I'm just really proud of how far they've come this season. We had a rough start to our non-conference. We had some injuries. We lost 4 of 5 starters. We lost about 75% of our scoring, and we didn't really have an identity that worked for us until December. And we really focused on trying to be the best team we could be during the WCC season. And I think of any group I've ever coached, these guys came about as close to reaching their potential with what we had. And performing as consistently as we could over the course of the conference season, which to me, I don't like conference tournaments. I never have. I think you demonstrate who you are as a collective by how you perform over the course of a season. And I am very proud of the way these guys have performed over the course of the season.
Questions for Jasmine or Debora?
Jasmine, can you just talk about the first quarter? They got out 20-5 on you, and just before you know it, you're in a big hole. How hard is it to climb out of that, and do you think that it's hard then when you catch up to find that extra burst to get over the top?
Yeah, I mean, Pacific's a good team, and that definitely wasn't the game plan that Coach Molly had for us in the first quarter. So they got out to a hot start, and we didn't have something that just gave us a little bit of momentum. We couldn't really catch that momentum, and that put us in a big hole going into the rest of the game. That was hard to dig out of. We came really close. I mean, I knew we were going to fight. I knew we weren't going to roll over and let it be 20-5 the rest of the game. But it just wasn't enough. At the end of the day, they played a really good game. But I'm proud of us for how we fought, and it just wasn't enough today. But hopefully there's more to come.
Debora, you guys both ended up getting your numbers pretty much. But it seemed like early on they were really focused in on defending you, and the game looked really physical at the start of the game. What was that like?
Yeah, I feel like, they did good D, but also was missing some shots, which is tough. But, I mean, they did a good job.
You guys did get even. I think it was 58 all, I think, in the fourth. Did you feel like you had a shot at finishing the thing out, or did it just sort of slip away at that point, or what do you think happened down the stretch of the game?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, just when you got even with them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
What allowed them to then take off and get the lead?
Oh, I mean, I feel like we did try doing everything we can. I feel like today was just they out hustle us, I guess. But I mean, I really like this team this year. I did feel like we left everything on court today. And I mean, props for them. It was a good game. Yeah.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Good job.
Molly, I thought Anaya James for them played real well. I think she had 10 or 11 points, but she also had 10 assists, and she seemed to sort of run their thing pretty well. What did you think about her game?
I thought the players that they count on stepped up and played well. I thought James played well. I thought Deaton played well. I thought Holmberg played well. Liz Smith did a good job, but I really thought they got a lift from their bench players. Rosie Schweitzer has, every time we play them, Rosie has a really good game against us for whatever reason. She did again today, and the Lowry kid hit 2 3-pointers that were really timely 3-pointers for them. They just seem to respond. Basketball is a game of runs. Even when we got down 20-5, it wasn't totally unanticipated that they would come out with some energy. We just needed to be able to withstand that, but we just couldn't then put enough good defense, good offense, good defense plays together, and they seem to be able to have a response, whether it was, get to the basket or a good defensive stop, and then hit a 3-point shot. They hit some timely baskets. I give them credit; they played well. They won the game today. But I do think we're a pretty evenly matched team. So I wish them good luck against Gonzaga.
Can you talk about what these two gave you this year?
Yeah, I've had so much fun. That was what we talked about in the locker room. This has been, in the time that I've been at USF, this has been the most enjoyable group to coach. And, while our record doesn't, necessarily reflect how this team, competed throughout the year. We started off behind the 8 ball a little bit in the non-conference season, and we completely scrapped our offense in December. We started over, and we just told them, look, we're going to focus on our WCC conference season. December is going to be, like Coach Alaco kind of alluded to, December is going to be like our October. We're just going to start again. And these guys, to their credit, they embraced that. They embraced one another, and really maximize the potential that we have, with the bodies that we have available to us. I thought that, I was really proud of, Deb this year. It's her first full season playing without being hurt, figuring out how good she can be. It's kind of up to Deb. She's been blessed with a lot of talent, and, her trajectory is really up to her. If she decides to get serious about developing her game, sky's the limit. She could be the best player in the league. I think that, Freya Worth came miles and miles this year in terms of her confidence and growing into an offensive role that she hadn't played before in her career. I'm very proud of her. I think Jasmine, she's playing at about 60% right now with some injuries, and she's just so courageous, and that rubbed off on our team. Cami Folter has started off as a walk-on, and now she's a starter and scoring points for us. They've just, Luana Leche, she's struggles with her shot, but she just finds ways to be so gritty and so competitive, and we don't win games without her. She just finds ways to get things done. So, all in all, it's been a tremendously enjoyable group to coach. I really hope we have an opportunity to play in the NIT and extend our season by a little bit, because I do think, some teams get to this point in the year and they just want to throw their shoes away and be done. I really, these guys are a competitive group and they'd love to keep playing. And, I think today was not necessarily reflective of, the kind of team that we are. I think we can beat some teams in the NIT. So we'll see.
Thanks,
All right.
Coach.
Thank you.